Let us continue solid state. In solid state, we will discuss about semiconductors. In the semiconductors, we will take intrinsic semiconductor. Will take this intrinsic semiconductor. To this impurity is added. Then we are getting a extrinsic semiconductor. We are getting this process we are calling as a doping. So intrinsic semiconductor combines with the impurity to give what means extrinsic semiconductor. This process we can call it as a doping, we can say. Sir, now we will take intrinsic semiconductor, for example, pure silicon. Pure silicon solid will take. To this we are adding impurity. Which impurity we have to add? Okay, so this pure silicon is what means group 4a. This pure silicon is what means group 4a. To this we are adding impurity. That means impurity means from which group, otherwise which element. Which element or which group we have to see. We will get extrinsic semiconductor. Sir, okay. Now, why we have to prepare extrinsic semiconductor? Because how the conductivity will be there such that we are preparing this extrinsic semiconductor. Air conductivity and air conductivity, how it will be there such that we are preparing this the pure silicon is intrinsic semiconductor. We are converting this into extrinsic semiconductor by us. We are doing in the sense how the conductivity of extrinsic semiconductor will be there when compared to intrinsic semiconductor, such that we are doing this process. So how the conductivity will be there, do you think? Do you think that conductivity of this one and this one will be different or same? If you say different, in what way it will be different? Which is high? Which is high, do you say? Do you say extrinsic semiconductor? This extrinsic semiconductor conductivity will be higher than intrinsic semiconductor, do you think? Do you think extrinsic semiconductor conductivity will be higher than intrinsic semiconductor? We are converting intrinsic semiconductor into extrinsic semiconductor. We are doing in the sense how the conductivity will be there such that we are doing in the sense how the conductivity will be there. This conductivity will be high, this conductivity will be low, so that only we are doing like this. Why? Because this conductivity will be high, this conductivity will be low, therefore only we are doing. So conductivity of extrinsic semiconductor is high, whereas conductivity of intrinsic semiconductor is low, so that only we are doing. So we are doing this one by adding impurity. So which impurity we will add it? Which impurity we will add it? To know that, to say that, we will see regarding pure silicon. In pure silicon, which is responsible for carrying current? Bonded electrons. In pure silicon, which is responsible for carrying current means bonded electrons. Now, we will add which type of impurity do you think? Which group of impurity do you think? Here, conductivity is rising in the sense, what if we do, conductivity will rise. What if you do, conductivity will rise. Sir, what if you do means with respect to electrons? With respect to electrons. That means do you increase number of bonds? Do you increase number of bonds? By increasing number of bonds, conductivity will be raised, do you say? By increasing number of bonds, shall we say conductivity will be raised? Or by keeping number of bonds same? So you are saying that 15th group you are saying. Sir, so we will see by keeping a number of bonds same, and by increasing free electrons. It is one possibility. Increasing the number of bonds. Another possibility, keeping the number of bonds same but introducing free electrons. Another point is keeping the number of bonds same and having deficient of electrons. So which point possible you think it? Here we are converting intrinsic semiconductor into extrinsic semiconductor. That means conductivity is high. So that only we are doing. So in order to do this, we have to add impurity. So we are adding impurity in the sense, do we want to increase number of bonds? Do you want to increase the number of bonds? Or do you want to keep the number of bonds same but increasing free electrons number? Increasing free electrons number. Free electrons means valency electrons. And keeping the number of bonds same by and having deficient of electrons. Which do you want to do it? Which we want to consider such that as per this we can add impurity. Okay, with respect to this we can add impurity. So first point we'll see increasing number of bonds. Now we will see pure silicon. Pure silicon will see how it is there. We'll consider in pure silicon each silicon atom is forming 4 bonds. In pure silicon each silicon is forming 4 bonds. In pure silicon each silicon forming 4 bonds. Now to this you are adding impurity. By adding impurity, can we raise number of bonds formed by silicon? Can we raise number of bonds formed by silicon? Silicon is group 4A. So it can form 4 bonds, 4 covalent bonds. So by adding impurity, can we raise number of bonds? Is it possible to raise number of bonds? Yes, one possibility is there. What is that possibility? Means dative bonding. That is possible if it is complex. If it is going for complex, dative bond we can consider. Normally, no. Normally not possible. Normal sense not there. Sir, therefore, we will leave this point, we will leave it. Now we will take a rising number, keeping number of bonds same, but making free electrons more. This is possible if you take group number greater than this group number, or what you think. That means you are adding impurity. That impurity is making the bonds with this. After making the bond, some valence electron should be left. You are adding impurity. This impurity is making bond with the silicon. This impurity has to make how many bonds with silicon? Same number of bonds. That means 4 bonds. After making the bond, this impurity should have valence electron. After making the bond. So this is possible if the group number is what for impurity. And another thing you see, we are adding impurity that is making same number of bonds as like silicon. This impurity is making same number of bonds with the silicon, but deficient electrons. But deficient electrons means how many electrons required for bonding, that many not available. Deficient of electrons. So like this, if you want to do, which group of impurity we have to add, you think? Sir, now its valence is 4. So it can make 4 bonds. Now we will take the impurity. This impurity is making same 4 bonds and it is having extra valency electron. It is possible if the impurity group number is greater than this group number. Greater in the sense, the impurity valence is greater than this valency. So that is possible in which case, in the sense that is 5th A group. 5th A group. Next possibility is what? Means same number of bonds but deficient in electrons. So this impurity is making same number of bonds with this silicon but having deficient in electrons. So this valency, how this valency should be there? this valency is less than this valency, then it will make number of bonds same with this, but having deficient in valence electrons for bonding. So this valency should be less than this. Less than this means left side of this group. Left side of this group means we can say 3A group. So one possibility for impurity is what means fifth A group. We can add fifth A group. Another possibility is what means 3A group. So you can take fifth A group, you can take, otherwise 3A group you can take. Third 3A group you can take. So now we will take the, now we will add like this, sir. So we will take pure silicon we have taken pure silicon. Then we will melt this. We will melt this one. Then we will add fifth A group impurity. We will add fifth A group impurity. Fifth A group impurity, what we are adding in the sense either phosphorus or arsenic we are adding. So we are getting extrinsic semiconductor. How it will be there, we will see. It is going now. We will take this for crystallization. So on crystallization, we are getting a, we will write a silicon like this, arsenic like this. We will write silicon atoms like this. We have written. Now we will give the bonding. It is coming for group 4A, so it makes 4 bonds. Silicon makes 4 bonds. Silicon make 4 bonds like this. Arsenic comes under group 5A. So this valence shell is containing 5 electrons. Out of 5 electrons, 4 electrons have gone for bonding. Remaining 1 electron is there. Remaining 1 valence electron is there. Now we will see the conductivity. In the pure silicon, bonded electrons responsible for conductivity. Bonded electrons responsible for current carrying. In pure silicon is a semiconductor. In this bonded electrons carrying current. Now we will see this extrinsic semiconductor. This is extrinsic semiconductor. We got this one by adding impurity into this one. Now in this extrinsic semiconductor, which will carry current? Now you see this electron. This electron is free. This electron is valence electron. It is free electron. So can it carry current? Certainly it will carry current. It is carrying current means how this conductivity will be there when compared to this pure silicon. This pure silicon is intrinsic semiconductor. This is extrinsic semiconductor. What about this conductivity when compared to this conductivity? Do you say this conductivity is high when compared to this? Okay, so we can say this conductivity is high when compared to this conductivity, so that only we are converting intrinsic semiconductor into extrinsic semiconductor. So for this conductivity is high because of this free electron. So this free electron carries current. Okay, sir. So due to this free electron, this conductivity is high when compared to this one, we can say. Sir. Next possibility we said by adding third A group. So third A group in the sense we will add boron or aluminum or gallium, we will add it. We will take this for crystallization. What we will get means we will write silicon atoms. We will write gallium. We are writing silicon atoms. Okay, like this we have written. Now silicon forms 4 bonds. Silicon is making 4 bonds. Silicon is making 4 bonds. Silicon is making 4 bonds like this. Silicon is making 4 bonds because this valency shell has 4 electrons. Now gallium we will take. Gallium is coming under group 3A. Gallium is under group 3A in the sense its valency shell will have 3 electrons. Gallium comes in group 3a. So this valence shell is having 3 electrons. So it is able to make 3 bonds, 3 normal bonds. For fourth bond, what it will give? For fourth bond, what it will give? It can't give electron. It will give just vacant orbital, it will give. For fourth bond, it will give just vacant orbital. It can't give electron because its valence is 3. So this valence shell is having 3 electrons. So 3 electrons means 3 normal bonds produced. For fourth bond, it can't give electron. It can give vacant orbital. That's all. Because this valence shell is having vacant orbitals, so it is providing vacant orbital. Silicon is providing 1 electron. So this bond is formed by silicon 1 electron and vacant orbital of this gallium. So now you say that this is a extrinsic semiconductor because we got this one by adding this impurity into this intrinsic semiconductor. So to this intrinsic semiconductor, we added impurity so that we got this extrinsic semiconductor. We are doing in the sense without profit, we will not do anything. It is a common thing in the human being. So human being prepared this one. That means how this conductivity will be there when compared to this conductivity such that it is prepared. Know that this conductivity will be high when compared to this conductivity. This conductivity, we can say this conductivity will be high when compared to this conductivity, we can say. So this conductivity is high when compared to this conductivity means which is additionally responsible for carrying current. Here bonded electrons carry current, here also bonded electrons carry current, in that there is no doubt. But this conductivity is high when compared to this conductivity means something is additionally responsible for carrying current. Something is additionally responsible for carrying current in the sense which is responsible. Here what is available? What is available to carry current additionally when compared to this means only availability is this. Only availability is this vacant orbital, that's all. It was having 3 electrons in its valence shell. It was having 3 electrons in its valence shell. Those 3 electrons went for bonding. So how the bonded electrons carry current in pure silicon? Like this only, here also bonded electrons carry current, but this conductivity is high when compared to this means here something additionally responsible for carrying current, which is additional means only one possibility, this vacant orbital. That's all. This vacant orbital only possibility. There is no other possibility for this. So for this conductivity is high due to what? For this conductivity is high due to what? What do you say? So for this extrinsic semiconductor, conductivity is high due to which one? Due to which one do you say? For this extrinsic semiconductor, conductivity is high due to which one? Due to which one do you say? What do you say? Here it is intrinsic pure silicon is intrinsic semiconductor. Pure silicon is intrinsic semiconductor. Pure silicon is intrinsic semiconductor. Its conductivity is high. It is having conductivity. We cannot say high conductivity. This pure silicon is intrinsic semiconductor. It is carrying current due to bonded electrons. We converted this into extrinsic semiconductor. We converted this into extrinsic semiconductor. Now you say why we converted this into like this extrinsic semiconductor in order to increase the conductivity. So conductivity is increased, that's why we prepared. So now it is having a conductivity more than this means something responsible for carrying additional current. So which is responsible in this case? The free electron is responsible. The electron which has not gone for bonding, the electron which has not gone for bonding, that is responsible. So that this is having a what means higher conductivity when compared to this intrinsic semiconductor. Now we will talk about this. This is also extrinsic semiconductor. This conductivity will be high when compared to this intrinsic semiconductor. Now here additional conductivity is due to which one? Which is responsible for additional conductivity here? Which is responsible for additional conductivity? Here we said free electron. Free electron is responsible for additional conductivity, we said. Now which is responsible for additional conductivity here? What do we say? Shall we say free electron? We can't say. Why we can't say? Because it is group number 3, so we can say only vacant orbital. So here conductivity is additional conductivity is due to this vacant orbital. So hole carries current here. Here free electron carries current. So these two are, now we will take these two. These two are extrinsic semiconductors. In this extrinsic semiconductor we got by adding group 5a impurity, either phosphorus or arsenic. This extrinsic semiconductor we got by adding group 3a, boron, aluminum, gallium, we got it. Now these two extrinsic semiconductors have different behavior. In what way? Here free electron is responsible for current carrying. Here hole is responsible for current carrying. So free electron means negative charge, electron means negative, negative means first letter is N, therefore we can say it is N-type semiconductor. Here hole means positive, positive means first letter P, therefore it is called a P-type semiconductor. So to get N-type semiconductor, add impurity group 5a. To get P-type semiconductor, add impurity group 3a. Okay, to get N-type semiconductor, we are adding group 5a. To get P-type semiconductor, we are adding group 3a. Okay, so to get P-type semiconductor, we are adding group 3a. For getting N-type semiconductor, we are adding group 5a. Sir, so this is about semiconductors. Okay, so in semiconductors, two types. One is intrinsic semiconductor, another one is extrinsic semiconductor. In extrinsic semiconductor, two types. One is N-type semiconductor, another one is a P-type semiconductor. Sir, okay. Next we will take a group 12 as per IUPAC. As per European system, 2B. This 2B in the sense zinc, cadmium, mercury, copernicium. It is group 12 or group 2B. Then we will take a group 16 as per IUPAC, group 6A as per European system. Here we will take a oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. It is group 6A. We took these two. Now for group 12, European group number is 2B. Therefore, this valence is how much means 2. This valence is how much means 2. For group 16, this valence is how much means 6. This valence is how much means 6. Sir. Now, using these two groups, let us prepare some of the compounds. One is ZNS. Next one is CDS. Next one is CDS. Next one is CDSC. CDSC. Next one is HGT. Let us prepare these compounds. So using group 12 and group 16, we prepared these compounds. What about the behavior of these compounds? The behavior of these compounds is what means semiconductors. The behavior of these compounds is what means semiconductors. The behavior of these compounds. The behavior of these compounds is what means semiconductors, we can say. The behavior of these compounds. The behavior of these compounds is what means semiconductors. Semiconductors means what? Semiconductors in the sense, one example is intrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductor means pure silicon. In this pure silicon, bonded electrons carry current. It is coming under octet. It is coming under octet. Next one is extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductor means two types. One is n-type. N-type means one free electron is there, one valence electron is there. That valence electron has gone for current carrying ability. Another one is p-type semiconductor. P-type semiconductor means hole carries current. This is about semiconductor. Now these are semiconductors we are seeing. Their behavior here, compounds. These are compounds. The compounds are behaving. These compounds are having semiconducting ability. So these compounds are having semiconducting ability means it should satisfy any of these. It should satisfy any of these. So it is satisfying which of these do you say? So far we discussed some of the semiconductors. One is intrinsic semiconductor. We discussed pure silicon is example. This pure silicon, in this all the valence electrons are bonded and it is showing octet. Extrinsic means like this. Now we took group 12 and group 16. From group 12 and group 16 we got compounds. These compounds have what behavior in the sense? Semiconductors. They have semiconducting ability. They are behaving as semiconductors means it is falling under which category? Sir, you are saying that extrinsic semiconductor. You are saying extrinsic semiconductor means one free electron should be there, otherwise hole should be there. Which do you say? Do you say free electrons or do you say holes? You are saying extrinsic semiconductor means, do you say n-type or p-type? You are saying n-type. You are saying n-type means free electrons are there. Sir, we will check whether free electron is there or not. We will check. Now we will take ZNS. We will take ZNS. In ZNS, what is there means in ZNS, Zn2 plus and sulfide is there. ZNS is ionic compound. This ionic compound formula is Zn2 plus and S2 minus. Zn2 plus and S2 minus means how it is formed? Zinc is losing 2 electrons and becomes Zn2 plus. Sulfur is taking 2 electrons and becomes sulfide. Why zinc has lost 2 electrons? What is the configuration of zinc? That we will see. Zinc configuration is what means argon 3d10 4s2. Argon 3d10 4s2 is zinc electronic configuration. Sorry, zinc is losing 2 electrons means it becomes what? Argon 3d10. This argon 3d10 we can write it as neon 3s2 3p6 3d10. This Zn2 plus configuration we have written argon 3d10. Argon 3d10 means neon 3s2 3p6 3d10. Now 3s2 3p6 3d10 is called pseudo inert gas configuration. Pseudo inert gas configuration we can say. Pseudo inert gas configuration we can say. 3s2 3p6 3d10. That means 10 plus 6 plus 2, 18 electrons. 18 electrons means we can say pseudo inert gas configuration we can say. So Zn2 plus is having pseudo inert gas configuration. Pseudo inert gas configuration also has some high stability, but it is less when compared to octet. Sir, now regarding sulfur we will see. Regarding sulfur, this electronic configuration is neon 3s2 3p4. It is sulfur configuration. So sulfide is what means argon. Sulfide is argon, octet configuration, noble gas configuration, so stable. So because of getting like this stable configuration only, zinc has lost 2 electrons, sulfur has gained 2 electrons. Now zinc sulfide we said. In zinc sulfide, zinc ion is having what configuration? See, pseudo inert gas configuration, completely filled configuration. Completely filled configuration in the sense, here for this valence is 0. Why valence is 0? Because these electrons will not go for any further chemical reaction. Sir, so these are not going for any further chemical reaction means, can you say free electron is responsible for conductivity? Then we will take sulfide. Sulfide configuration is argon. Argon configuration means stable noble gas configuration. So it will not go for any more chemical reaction. That means these electrons do not involve in a chemical reaction. So it is not having free electrons. Then how do we say that these are extrinsic semiconductors and coming under N type? We can't. So we cannot say that it is N-type semiconductors. But what we can say means, zinc valence is 2, sulfur valence is 6. Zinc valence is 2, sulfur valence is 6. Total is how much means 8. Total is how much means 8. And average if you see 4. Average is 4. So just like silicon, therefore how silicon is acting like a semiconductor, in that way these also act as semiconductor. Like this we can explain. So we are explaining this. We are explaining this semiconducting ability. How? In the sense, zinc valence is 2, sulfur valence is 6. Sulfur valence is 6. Now you see that this zinc valence is how much? 2. Sulfur valence is how much? 6. Total is how much? 8. Average is how much? 4. Average is 4. 4 means just like silicon, pure silicon. 4 means just like silicon, pure silicon. Therefore, we can say that these are having semiconducting ability as like pure silicon. Okay. So regarding this electronic configurations, let us see again. Let us see again regarding electronic configurations. Zinc, we will take zinc electronic configuration is what means argon 3d10 4s2. Zinc is losing 2 electrons and becoming what means zinc ion. Zinc ion configuration is what means argon 3d10. 4s2 not there now because it has lost 2 electrons. This argon we can write neon 3s2 3p6, we can write neon 3s2 3p6 is argon. This 3d10 we will write. 3d10 we have written. Now this 3s2 3p6 3d10 is having 18 electrons. 18 electrons in the valence shell means 18 electrons in the outer shell means that we have to call it as a pseudo inert gas configuration. We have to call this is as what means pseudo inert gas configuration. Pseudo inert gas configuration. Okay, so 3s2 3p6 3d10. This is total is how much means 18 electrons. 18 electrons means we have to call it as pseudo inert gas configuration, we can call. Then we will take sulfur. Sulfur electronic configuration is what means neon 3s2 3p4. It is taking 2 electrons and it is giving what means sulfide. This configuration is what means argon. So sulfide, what is this configuration means argon configuration, we can say. Argon means noble gas configuration, stable configuration, we can say. So stable configuration means we cannot say free electrons. Here also we cannot say free electrons. So we cannot say extrinsic semiconductor, but we can say, but we have to explain its semiconducting ability. How? In the sense zinc is coming under group 2b, therefore its valence is 2. Sulfur is coming under group 6a, so its valence is 6. So total valence is 8. Average is 4. Average is 4 means just like silicon. Silicon valence is 4, just like this also. Therefore, zinc sulfide is having semiconducting ability. Okay, so that for semiconductors, what is another type of example means group 12 plus group 16. Understand that group 12 plus group 16, group 12 element and group 16 element combined to form compounds. Those compounds are having semiconducting ability because of Average valency 4. Average valency 4. Okay. So next we will take group 13. We will take as per IUPAC group 13 will take group 13 in the sense which group in the sense 3A group. In the 3A group we will take elements boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. Okay, we have taken like this. Then we will take group 15. We will take group 15 in the sense group 5A will take. Group 5A means nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. We will take like this. Okay, so we took group 3A we took and group 5A we took. Now we will see, we will combine this aluminum and phosphorus, we will get ALP, aluminum phosphide we will get. Then we will take gallium and arsenic, we will take gallium arsenide, we will get gallium arsenide. Then we will take indium and antimony, we will get indium antimonide. Indium antimonide we got. So we got like this. Now this what is the name of this one in the sense aluminum. This is called aluminum phosphide. Why it is called aluminum phosphide? Okay, so aluminum comes under aluminum, the group number is 3A, its electronic configuration is neon 3s2 3p1. It will lose 3 electrons and becomes Al3 plus ion. Its configuration is neon stable configuration. Then phosphorus will take, its atomic number is 15, so its electronic configuration is neon 3s2 3p3. It will take 3 electrons and become a p3 minus. Now its configuration is argon. So Al3 plus and p3 minus become ALP, aluminum phosphide. Like that gallium arsenide, indium antimonide. Indium antimonide, these have a semiconducting ability. These are the examples for semiconductors. These are examples for semiconductors. So these are examples for semiconductors in the sense. These are examples for semiconductors in the sense. These are examples for semiconductors in the sense how to explain this semiconducting ability. How to explain? Shall we say as like the previous case? In the previous case we said average valence is 4, just like silicon. Therefore that is acting as semiconductors. We said as like that, shall we say, or some other. So now as like that in the sense for this group 3A the valence is 3. For this group 5A the valence is 5. So total is 8, average is 4. Therefore it is just like pure silicon, it is acting as semiconductors. So you are saying that it is acting like a semiconductors, you said. Okay, so that for semiconductors we took compounds example for semiconductors. We said compounds example for semiconductors. How we prepared compounds in the sense, one is by combining group 12 and group 16. Another one is we combined group 13 and group 15. Okay, so group 12 plus group 16 form compounds, that is semiconductors. Group 13 and group 15 combined to form compounds that act as semiconductors. Sir, next we will see. Next we'll take some of the metal oxides. Will take some of the metal oxides we are taking. What is that? The metal oxides means